Alright guys, welcome to another episode of Rivals on the Pitch podcast. Of course, today we have the full crew today. He's more like a special guest at the moment. Pat, welcome back.
Thank
At
you.
least you decided to join us in the knockout round of the World Cup. He was still looking for Gabriel's missed penalty kick, from the Champions League, so that's why he took forever to come back. But he still didn't find it though. But he at least made time to come by and stop in the studio. But of course, we'll get into the World Cup, which is what everybody's talking about this month. We're into the knockout rounds. Big teams went home. Shocking upsets. Controversy, as always. What do you think? It's FIFA.
Talk about it.
Yeah, we'll get to all that good stuff, right? So if you're a South American fan, sucks. We are, I guess, we're gonna root for Argentina, but it is what it is. But yeah, There we go. I'm Randy, supporting Liverpool and Italy for now, because they're the only team in the World Cup. Nah, not really, but there you go.
Well. So not so much rivals now that we're officially all out of the World Cup.
What do you mean all out?
Wait a minute here.
All out? You were never in.
Chile didn't even get eliminated.
Exactly,
You
undefeated.
can't even make it in the...
Undefeated.
Yeah. They got 2 more spots and you still couldn't make it.
Listen, I'm still repping here. I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
My team from the get-go. But yeah, so Alan, how does that feel? First of all, I do want to say, out of all the South American teams, I feel like Ecuador and Colombia were 2 teams that I could root for. Argentina, no. Brazil doesn't need anybody to root for them. Uruguay, I can't. And
Could have even gone for Paraguay.
Paraguay, they got a little too
Yeah.
crazy for me. I couldn't get behind it. So
But it was just almost like the underdog story, but it is what.
I'm sorry, but the senator lady, she just made things 10 times worse.
what senator lady?
The senator lady from Paraguay that started to racially abuse Kylian Mbappe.
Oh.
That was just a
that's
bad
right.
look.
Yeah, so I couldn't get behind it. So I'm sorry that you guys are both out, but what a joy it must have been to at least live with that little bit of hope in your belly for
It's the hope that kills you, huh? Because
It's the hope.
we just got eliminated today in penalty kicks to Switzerland.
Yeah.
And I was really looking forward to hopefully advancing so that we would have an opportunity to have a little rematch against Argentina, who beat us in the final for the Copa America, with David Munoz getting a red card. So he wasn't able to be part of that game. And I think he would have been a difference maker. So I was like, okay, well, maybe now is our little revenge game, a little vengeance. But
beating
we will not be
Argentina
there.
in a final is not for everyone.
Yeah.
So,
Especially when
But
you have
it's-
luck on your side or, FIFA.
president, Mr. Infantino on your side, it's a little difficult, but it sucks because we got eliminated today. I think we had a decent showing in the World Cup. I don't think we were playing to our full capacity. I think that we were kind of not meshing as well. And I think we had some issues with DR Congo. I think we should have won that Portugal game. But anyway, I still don't think we would have made it much farther than, the semifinals. But also seeing the U.S., getting hyped about them, thinking, okay, the U.S. might have something out here. They might be able to pull something together, with a weaker Belgium side. I was like, okay, here we go. And that game was a bit of a disaster. So
listen, this is my first World Cup as an actual U.S. citizen, and with the hype and everything, with Chile being out, I feel like I was really on the hype train for the U.S.
Right.
This is the first. I feel like this is the most I've ever been behind the U.S. team, and not that I'm always against it, but sometimes it's you're just like very, I don't know. You just feel like
here we go again. We've seen this before.
Yeah. But and it kind of ended that same way where we seem to be doing all right, and then all of a sudden we get bopped off the park, and you could. I mean, I don't want to get too political, but I feel like it was made political, and then there's this huge dark cloud that kind of sat
Yep.
above the team.
Orange cloud.
Because as much as everyone was rooting against the U.S. online, we saw it, we see it.
Mhm.
Everybody wanted the U.S. to lose, to not advance due to this. Some say advantage, some may say handicap. Because at the end of the day, I feel like the only people that suffered were the U.S. players. You know, what I mean, they didn't want this. You know,
Exactly.
of
Yeah.
course, they don't
They want
want
to
their
be focused
players
on the
sent
football
off. Yeah,
aspect.
they don't want to be a man short, a man down. They don't want to be missing their best striker. But you know, they weren't asking for any favors. They weren't asking for to, the rules to be changed or bent or suspended. And then all of a sudden, all this happened. It kind of puts this dark cloud above the team, and you could see from the 4 goals that they conceded, it was all U.S. And I know that Belgium pressed them, but you know what I mean. They've been pressed before during this World Cup. Paraguay team, it's a pressing team. They've been pressed before, and I think they were just very mistakes that you could tell is their lack of concentration. And I can't help but think that this was brought on to them from this, external, uh, unwanted.
Yeah. Because they weren't playing the same as they were in the first,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the group stages. They weren't playing the same way. They even with the against Bosnia, they just looked a lot better. And then all of a sudden, like you said, all the attention is taken away from that, from them celebrating and being a little bit cohesive to, oh look, now we got them getting the advantage. Oh, what a coincidence! The World Cup's in the U.S. and all of a sudden the U.S. has
Yeah.
has a red card taken away. And I do feel like the intervention and I feel like the U.S. gets a lot of stick for what's for this World Cup, and they should, but I feel like the FIFA itself doesn't as much as it should.
Yeah,
You
the
know,
players didn't do any of this, They
yeah,
have nothing to do with it.
Infantino, the FIFA organization, they're the ones that are, they're pushing their own agenda as well, and I feel like they don't get as much um as of a bad rap that as they should because they're taking advantage of the World Cup being the U.S. This is something we've talked
Yeah.
about in the past where it's like they saw a golden opportunity and they're taking it and it's you can't put all the blame on the US. I think FIFA has some stuff to do with it too, but yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was discussing with Pat. I mean, or in the group chat, it was like if I was Pochettino, I wouldn't have started Flo. Anyways, it's, for the integrity of the game. That's what it is. It's like and looking at the game, anyways, it looked like he wasn't even playing. Let's be honest. It looked like he was
Yeah.
on
He didn't even
because
get
of
touch on the
he
ball.
had no
nothing.
impact. He didn't. Yes, you see, he was trying to, but still, the teammates couldn't get anything to him. I think you should have used that as a way. It's like, all right, they're probably thinking we're gonna play with Flo. Let's leave them off. Let's just stick with what we were going. We were going. I believe they were gonna go with Pepe to start.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
go with it. Just forget about it.
And that was probably
then
the game
let
plan.
him come in on the and let him come in on
Yeah.
the second, whatever. Just because, I mean, I don't blame the U.S. for playing him. If you were given it that chance, you would play him, right? They didn't do anything wrong, like you said. The U.S. didn't do it. It was FIFA did it, so they were dealt a hand, take advantage of it. But you would have thought it would have been much different with him playing, but it ended up being an embarrassment, honestly.
Exactly. I wouldn't have played him, but at the same time, I thought to myself, like I said, it's so hypocritical the way that all of this stuff has happened. You know what I mean? Teams not being able to come into the U.S. and stay in the U.S. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Players getting visas denied, referees getting visas denied, journalists not being allowed into the country because they're going to be reporting on things outside of
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
whistle,
Even
outside from the
influencers
whistle
as
with the whistle.
well,
So it's strange that that they're essentially. I thought to myself, if he doesn't play Balogun, to make a point, to say we don't need the advantage, and how could this be viewed? Didn't he could have possibly been advised to say like, you know what, no, you have to play him because if you don't play him, this could be seen as you making a political statement. If Trump came out, whether as true as it could have been or as false as it could have been, he said that he made the call. So even if that's not true, you not playing him, you could be making a political statement, and you cannot make a political statement. So you have to play him if he's available. And I thought to myself, like, it's getting so out of control where they're telling you, like, don't make it political, don't make it political. And then all of a sudden, all these political things are affecting the game. Like I said, Iran, sorry, just having to travel outside of the U.S. after playing a game in the U.S. every single time. Like I said, players not being able to be let in.
And a lot of
All of this
African
stuff is
countries
just
as well, having difficulties with their visas and stuff like that. Like even the ref who's not allowed to come in because of that.
It's such a shame because I feel like there have been some phenomenal games, and it's been so nice to enjoy like the vibes that the people of the game are bringing. You know what I mean? People coming together, watching the games, and these watch parties, and you see, they show when teams score, they show different countries and everybody getting together. It's been so nice, and that all this stuff is such a
I'm
terrible
gonna miss
distraction.
Freddie. I'm gonna miss Freddie. I wish Germany would have still in. His journey had to end, man. I was wondering what else we was gonna see.
The whole Korea
Waffle
Mexico
House.
love story, like all the fans, like you said, people exploring the U.S. and positive things coming out of it, where like, the U.S. is actually nice. Look at this scenery. Look at that. People,
the Scottish at the baseball games.
Oh yeah. Bringing the chants to the baseball games. I think
everybody
English
embraced everybody.
To a baseball game at, I think it was Atlanta, an Atlanta Braves, and the outfielder, his name was Michael something, and they basically just created a chant for him right there and then, and he was loving it, and it was funny because it's like, and it's fun to see, it's like the cultures, coming together, and you only get that, like you said. I think FIFA's probably, or the World Cup is probably one of the only times you get to see it at that level,
at that capacity.
It's crazy, but you know what? At the end of the day, the U.S. is out. I thought to myself, all right, well, you know what? Let's put this behind us because it's not going to affect us anymore. And then I had to sit and watch this Argentina game.
Oh God!
What do you guys think? Am I overreacting? I feel like
I think we're being told.
I came down a little bit. I calmed down. Sorry, and I thought to myself, you know what? Even if those calls were made correctly, like even if the penalty that's given to Messi was a penalty, the goal that was called back was properly called back. It was so excessive to check everything, and I feel like they weren't checking the same things for Egypt. And I feel like they were just not treated fairly. You know what I mean? It was just not a fair.
It's treatment. Not the first game that has happened either.
Yeah.
And you see it in the MLS too, where Messi is getting. There's just favoritism towards him, and now it's at a World Cup level, and it's so blatantly obvious that it's like, how can you keep getting away with this, and I think we're not overreacting. I think a lot of people are underreacting. I feel like a lot of people are like trying to tell us like, no, it's fine. It's like, no, just because he's your idol. Messi's can do no wrong, so that you see him through a different pair of, of eyes. And
exactly
for me, for us, we face him in La Copa America. We face him in the qualifications, so we see Argentina a lot differently than other teams because they're our rivals, So when you see this happening, I guess maybe that makes us a little bit, see, it makes it bias a little bit, right? But at the same time, we see through the bullshit too, excuse my language, but we see it, it's like, hey, that's a foul. Why isn't it being called that? Well, that's crazy. This is a red card on this game, but for this game, Messi gets away with it.
Exactly.
With the studs
Balogun,
on
the same
on
tackle Balogun did and Messi did
exactly
identical,
exact same thing.
And yet, there you go.
It's even worse because with Flo, he wasn't even looking in the same direction. They kind of turned at a weird angle, and he ended up, studs to the shins or something.
And Messi's was a bit higher, I believe, as well, right? It was
Messi was facing the player.
Yeah.
Flo wasn't. Balogun wasn't facing the player. Messi was. But no, that's okay. So when Balogun's red card got overturned, I wasn't too upset about it because you got players getting away with the same thing. So let's argue about that, but that's not what the conversation turns to.
And like to your point, you said like, these people that are like Messi lovers, we'll call them, they can see him do no wrong, right? And then I see it in the comments and stuff like that. People are just saying like, oh, all these Ronaldo fans. Like, to be fair, like I am not a Ronaldo fan. Like I've never been Real Madrid or Manchester United.
We can get to him later.
been to Portugal. It's a beautiful country. Nothing to do with the national football team or so. Like I have no bias here where I'm choosing one side or the other. And yeah, to your point, like we do come from South America. Like Chile beat Messi twice at the Copa America. Like
Always
I did not enjoy
Español.
coming up against this guy every single time we play them. And I'll be fair, like we've seen enough. I mean, we've seen his time at our Barcelona. We've seen the free kicks that no one's gonna take that away from him. Just because we say that he's getting favored in games and Argentina's getting the favoritism doesn't mean that he's not a great player. I feel like people assume that we're saying that like, oh no, he's not that good because he gets everything handed to him. Like no, he's probably still the best player in the world, but he also gets favoritism. He gets the benefit of the doubt.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like
he gets like Fergie time. It's like whenever he gets a little extra attention to him.
There's a highlight of Michael Jordan. I can't remember if it was his time with the Bulls or I want to say it might have been when he was playing for the Wizards towards the tail end of his career. Kind of like Messi right now with Miami. Right where
I think I know what you're going to be talking about.
He gets fouled and he turns to the ref and he was like, this is a foul. And he's like, oh, and they had the audio where the ref is like, oh, that was a foul. He's like, yeah, that was a foul. He's like, oh, okay. And then he calls a foul. And it's because he's Michael Jordan, the best, the GOAT of the NBA of basketball, right? And the referee he kind of goes, oh, it was? I was like, no, ref.
You're right. My mistake.
Yeah, like, and I get it. Like, these guys are, they're very rarely do you see a Messi. Everyone kind of, oh, this is the new Messi. Oh, this kid's going to be the new Ronaldo. And it never pans out, right? So I understand, like, we're witnessing, like, the very,
one of
very
a kind generational player.
The 1% of the 1% of the 1%, of this greatness. And like I said, like you said too, we're not going to take away from what he's accomplished. Obviously, there's a reason why he's Messi.
Yeah.
But that can't be the reason why we let him ruin the World Cup or get away with certain calls. Like if you want to do it at MLS, do it in the MLS. Sure. But when you're at this level, no. Like this is a World Cup,
Yeah, exactly. But we'll see, because now Switzerland, who have beaten the mighty Colombia, who are you going to be rooting for?
For Argentina, Switzerland, or for the rest?
Argentina, Switzerland.
Oh, Switzerland.
Okay.
Switzerland.
That's because
I honestly, like I said before we started, I think we would have had a good shot. We faced this Argentina team, plenty of times. I feel like we could have put up a good fight. Switzerland, we should have beat them. I think we had some missed opportunities, and it's our fault for not capitalizing on that. So here we are once again. We got eliminated by England, back in 2018.
Penalties too, right?
Yep, Harry Kane, and then here we are in the same situation, and knocked out PKs again. But I'm hoping Switzerland can kind of do what they did defensively. They were pretty good, so hopefully they can.
But seeing how it's been for Argentina so far, I think Colombia would have had a great shot, because they struggled against Cape Verde, they struggled against Egypt. So those small teams, small teams, not trying to disrespect them, but compared to Argentina, they cause them trouble. And then you think in Switzerland or Colombia, these teams could cause Argentina trouble. Like you said, Switzerland's defensively sound. Colombia, they've played them how many times, so they're familiar with. Everyone knows Messi. Everyone knows DePaul, McAllister. They play them in the South American qualifiers. They play them in the Prem. They're familiar with them. I feel like you would have had a good shot just based on the way Argentina has been subpar in the knockout round. I think it would have been like a 50-50. Or it would have been closer, but we would never know now.
No.
It does hurt.
So you got France, Morocco, Spain,
that's
Belgium,
gonna be a good game.
Norway, England, Argentina, Switzerland.
Yeah, it's the last four. That's 8.
Who
makes it?
Who are you guys? Well, I guess you guys are. I think I know who you guys are rooting for. Both England.
I'm going England. Okay. I told you that was my 3 of the teams. USA,
Randy,
Ecuador,
you
and
named
England.
all of them.
Yeah, almost, except Colombia. All right,
but
I gotta go. There you go.
We also got to
but
talk
they're not
about
going to
this.
make it.
What did you guys think about England's performance against Mexico? Because that game.
That was a good game.
Everything happened in that game. I'm so glad I stayed up for that one because
it was great.
It wasn't even that. Oh wait, never mind.
They looked what?
I was gonna say it wasn't even that late.
Yeah, it's time difference for him.
Here. Yeah, no, I mean, Mexico looked excited. They looked, up for it, and they just couldn't put it away. They had a couple good shots, and then England gets those two quick back to back.
Back to back, yep.
Yeah, that was that.
I think
I was screaming at the TV because Mexico, England was down a man.
Yeah.
And
Mexico
will kick it off to. Well, no, they should have, right? They should have clicked it sooner. So they were passing it out to the wings, and it's like, okay, once the English player was out, and we hit the 80th minute, I was like, okay, from now on, it's just gonna be just a bunch of crosses, which which is smart. So the winger would get the ball, and then it would draw two of the English players over to him, the defenders. So guess what? One, they're playing with less outfielders, and now you're drawing the double team. Why aren't you crossing it a lot sooner? There were so many opportunities that they had, and it's like they second guess themselves. Just launch it. All England's going to do is play a low block, and they're just going to kick it back out. You recycle the ball, and you go at it again. Yeah. It's like they were killing so much time passing it, stutter stepping, not knowing where to pass, and then they'll cross it. And by then, it's like, they just crashed the box like this. All this.
I didn't like the crossing aspect. Look at those defenders. Who do you got up there? You ain't gonna win a ball. It's just like when Netherlands against Japan, when Japan was just crossing it. I think they're hoping for a lucky header. I felt like they should have just kept passing it and just take the chance, go through the middle, mix it up, because they had a chance. I mean, I understand you have Raul Jimenez, who is on point with his headers. He was hitting everything, but it's just Jordan Pickford's night. I understand that aspect, but just mix it up. You have players, you have Mora, you have agility, you have flair. Just shoot and then hope for a ricochet or something.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It bounces. You cross it. They scramble for the ball. You outnumber them in the box. All you need is a simple tap in. And it just, to me, it's just a little frustrating because they had momentum. They had the tempo. They had the stadium behind them.
They had one person extra.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, they're not gonna use it to their advantage, and they left a lot on the table, I feel like.
Yeah, I was gonna say Raul Jimenez. He was those headers. I was like, Jesus, that's
it made my head.
When
I was like,
because at a certain point he took the cushion off. At the end, he took the cushion off. I was like, what are you doing, my guy?
Too much, bro.
He's like, But I was gonna say, I was like, when he took that penalty, I thought he was gonna head it too. He was like swing. But I was wondering because I know that we had already mentioned that he said that he was going to go back to Wolves. Yeah. Wolves relegated. They're down in the championship. So I wonder if anyone was watching and saying that, damn, like he could have given it another year in the Prem.
I don't know. I feel like it's weird. I feel like he's like Ochoa. So. Ochoa is horrible at clubs. But when you get him World Cup Ochoa, it's totally different. I think it depends, man.
They just keep him frozen for 4 years.
They're going to try to go for the next World Cup. But I just think, he is a good player, but I just think he needs to be in a specific team. I think he flourished more at Wolves. I think it's fitting.
But I still think if you play for like a Fulham, in the Prem, it's not bad. Like I don't see him being like an Aston Villa or Newcastle. But not to throw shade on Fulham, but I feel like at that level, I think he can perform at that level in the Premier League. One of those lower half teams. But
you need team that's going to keep crossing. That's like their MO, long balls crossing, and that's what I think that suits him because as we've seen, he's phenomenal in the air. He's also good with his feet as well, though.
Yeah. Well, with Robbery there, it might be a little hard. I wonder if he gets a move.
I think they'll keep him.
Who did you guys see anybody who you think will make
splash?
A splash or a transfer? Someone will like, hey, you know what? This guy showed out in the World Cup. let's make a move for him, big or small.
There's that 17-year-old from Mexico. He started almost every game.
Yeah,
good.
Mora.
Arsenal.
I think Liverpool also was looking at him as well.
He looks good. He looks good.
Did you see the video? You know how they come out with the kids?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they had to swap the mascot.
They had to swap the mascots. Yeah,
it was the same size
because they're the same size. And that was funny.
I could see Quinones. He could play in the championship. I feel like.
Yeah, he's a top leading scorer in the Saudi league.
Yeah, I feel like he could play.
It's Julian Quinones, Ivan Toney, and then Cristiano Ronaldo.
And he doesn't take penalties, I heard.
Yeah, it's mostly open play. You know, it's not. Yeah, so I didn't know too much about him, but seeing him play, yeah, now I do. Because I hadn't heard of him because they're like, today. Oh, yeah, for real, exactly. Yeah, because I heard of him before. Because he's Colombian, so I would get that on my feed, but I didn't watch him play until this World Cup, really. And I think he was like a natural goal scorer. But I could see that too. I could see him getting a move out of Saudi. Like you said, Mora. I heard of Arsenal.
I mean, there's some of the obvious is Diomande. Obviously,
Diomande
already
from Ivory Coast.
Somerville, I haven't heard anything yet. Just rumors, but Somerville looked decent. Scored a couple goals.
The Moroccan kid.
Verde.
Oh, Cape Verde. The 40, the
goalkeeper.
Bozino.
Bozina.
Yeah.
Flo Mulligan. I mean, the ex-Arsenal.
Yeah.
I think he's with AC Monaco now. I think he's looking for something with Tottenham. I don't really want him at Tottenham. I think he's too much of a Richarlison or Solanke profile, so I don't think that's what we need. But I mean, he's good. I think he can get a shot somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of shots, we're talking about coaches. There have been 11 coaches from the World Cup that have been sacked or resigned. And we were talking about this maybe being an opportunity for, coaching vacancies in the Prem or whatever around the world. I mean, Marcelo Bielsa from Uruguay. Of course, you got Julian Nagelsmann. He's probably going to be a hot commodity right there. He's probably going to be, one of the top candidates for a job. Ronald Koeman from Netherlands. Of course, Roberto Martinez from Portugal. He probably will get someone, but I mean, just the name alone. But I mean, there's a bunch of other coaches that I don't know. Maybe we'll see what happens with Carlos Ancelotti still with Brazil, because it was let's be honest, it was a failure with that as well. But I mean, now it's just maybe something to look out for. Like I said,
even Pochettino.
Nagelsmann.
Who knows?
Oh, yeah, true. No, I think he signed up for to lead him to the next World Cup, I believe.
Well, that's I was what I was saying, because like we've seen so many of them split, but at the same time, like you kind of build the project, and once the World Cup's over, you're like, all right, well that was the project, and we got as far as we could, etc. With Poch, he's got a young team in the U.S., so I feel like the idea was to keep him for a long time, kind of like how they had that previous coach, but
Berhalter.
No, before that, Klinsmann.
Klinsmann, yeah.
Yeah, he was there for a while, so I feel like that's what kind of they were going for. But I feel like if a club comes in, I don't know, he may be swayed.
I think he can. I feel like he talks a big talk, but he keeps the door open.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm gonna coach this team to the World Cup, but not but if PSG, But I feel like Nagelsmann, I think I feel like his time at Bayern, I felt like a lot of stories coming out that he's very difficult to work under, or I don't know what the disagreement was between him and some of the players. So I wonder if that affects him getting a job maybe that's why he landed the German national team. But I'm kind of ready to see a Jurgen Klopp take over,
That was the only job he was waiting for, honestly, to get out of retirement for, and he finally got it. And I can't wait to see it. I've heard that he wants to rebuild everything from the ground up. He wants almost like total control. He wants to do the academies. He wants to build the youth. And if he can do what he's at
He knows it's
Borussia
not a club,
Dortmund and
right?
at Liverpool, no, but he's looking
He's
at
trying to take it
everything.
to the Champions League.
Oh, why not take it to the Champions League? But no, I think that's the right hire. You know, every club he's been at has been successful, and that's the only thing he's got to do is he wants to. You got a coach who wants to take that job. And there's that fun fact that the only teams that won the World Cup are
It's when
they're from
coach.
that country. So why not,
Yeah.
dude? Unless
I
Pep
think it'll be very
decides to go to
interesting.
Spain, and then you're fucked.
Hey, it might be. We might see
I know.
these big names in the World Cup, which I'm saving up now because the World Cup is heading to, I believe, Spain and Portugal.
Spain and Morocco. No, is it? Yeah,
It's supposed to be like 2 or 3 countries, right? I believe, yeah.
And
Isn't it
but that's
too?
also they're also going to
Argentina.
Uruguay, right? Yeah,
Uruguay,
because it's
Centennial.
because it's the anniversary.
Yeah, the 100-year anniversary
of the World Cup.
Yep.
Yeah,
So they'll play one game in Uruguay.
yeah,
And I think the rest will be in Spain, Portugal. 4 years.
Wow,
I'm gonna save up this time. I didn't save up because I was like, oh, it's in the U.S. I could probably go.
Yeah. Hopefully they change the dynamic pricing.
Yeah.
But if it's yeah, but if it's the anniversary, come on, what do you think? It's going to be way more expensive now. Just thinking about it.
When it's over there in Europe, I think it's gonna be different. I think
because maybe it won't be Infantino who's going to be in charge. I mean,
I saw something
the FIFA
that I don't know.
they're looking to maybe get him to leave his post, but we'll see, man.
I don't know how true it is, but I saw something about him being investigated.
He's too much involved with the politicians and stuff like that.
I'll go to Portugal. I love Portugal.
That's the one country when I was stationed in Germany that I wish I would have gone to, and I had all intentions to go, but it just never.
It always gets overlooked over Spain, but it's pretty good. I've heard like budget friendly, and it's a nice alternative.
I went to some parts of Spain, but I was still like, oh, Portugal, I need to go. But it never came to fruition.
Yeah, it's nice.
There we go. We'll do it next World Cup. We take it on
sponsored by ROTP.
Yeah. I got lucky that I won those tickets to go this time. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gone to any either.
Sure?
So
you didn't call any favors. You didn't call Trump.
I did not.
Or FIFA.
Promise you.
You know,
I'm pretty low on the food chain in my office, so I got lucky. I got lucky with that one.
He goes to one World Cup game and can't talk to us anymore.
I know. Yeah.
I was recovering. You know.
He was like, "Show me your sweet tickets before we can have a conversation." Sorry.
I will say though, I did see them do the row, the Norway team. I did, they did the row. Odegaard led the drum. Nah, I just watching them, but
right. Yeah, I bet
cool.
you had a couple beers in you, and you're already full Viking already. You pulled out the blonde wig, and
my hair grew back out. Yeah everything. But yeah, no, it was cool. I hope they go forward. That's what I was gonna ask you guys. Can Holland carry this team to greatness? Is it possible? We've seen teams like Belgium have great success, and they have like a half-washed team. I mean, those are teams.
This sucks, but I love England, but England has always seemed to fail in the World Cup. I feel like I can see Norway actually beating England and making it further.
I can too, because look at their
when it was against Brazil, I was like, this Brazil doesn't scare me like it used to. I think there's a potential for an upset, and I believe Norway can pull it off, which they did. And I just think they have more momentum. It's going to be Haaland versus Kane. I just think Norway is going to find a way. They've done it against Brazil. They've done it in the groups. They were smart to rest against France. I feel they're going to pull the upset. I mean, maybe it's not. Maybe it's an upset or not, but I feel like they can beat England and they'll make it further. I mean, this is already historic for them, anyways, in this World Cup. I think they're going to continue to go further. Sorry, England.
I could definitely see them beating England. I think they have an equal opportunity as much as especially if you have Belgium, Switzerland, Morocco. I feel like they're equally in the race for this World Cup.
Yeah.
They might lack a little bit. I think sure they might have rested players for France, but I still think France they have just too much firing power with France,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
Norway was my dark horse, and I think
Was it?
yeah.
You just made that up.
Yeah, he was. But like Alan, he always has like two dark horses. He was like Colombia, but just in case Colombia
But
doesn't do well,
unless-
No,
I
didn't
got
say Colombia.
Norway as well.
I said Norway, right? But I just feel like their defense, it's slacking a little bit.
But that goalkeeper has kept them in the game. I mean,
Yeah.
but that only gets you so far.
But I feel
you
like
need defense.
when you have when it comes to the World Cup, these national teams, they're nothing compared to the clubs. Clubs collect the best of the best, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to the national team, you kind of have to deal with what you got. And having a makeshift defense versus a Holland, it's kind of unfair, and not only is he fast, not only is he powerful,
but those guys faced him, so they're not like it's coming out of the blue. They're like, oh, we don't know what to do with them. You got Gahey, Stones, who else? A bunch of these players faced Holland in the Prem, so they're somewhat familiar. So it gives them a little bit of an edge up, but still, this is World Cup Holland.
Well, you say that like he doesn't. You say that like he didn't get the golden boot. Did they really stop him?
Yeah.
Like he just his physicality. I feel like is just gonna run through a lot of these teams, and I don't know. I can see it. I wouldn't be surprised seeing him in a final. I wouldn't be surprised if they get eliminated in this round, which is it's so weird to say, but
yeah, we'll see.
Who would you guys want to see in the final?
I gotta check the bracket. Who's gonna?
I think France.
It is gonna be France.
Just because I feel like they have a good team, so I'm like, I would like to see that. I feel like they'd be deserving, and I feel like it would make for a good show. Is it possible for France and Argentina get to? I love for Argentina to lose the final to France. But yeah, I would like to see Argentina get knocked out in the final by France. I think it would be a good one.
I want to see him get knocked out now.
Would you guys take a Norway-France final with Haaland against Mbappe?
That would be good.
That's what I would love to see. The two future stars. That's going to supposedly be the new Cristiano Ronaldo versus Messi. That's between.
I want to see France-England final. And I want to see Kane get a golden boot and the World Cup, and to see if finally, if for a miracle, somebody's going to say, you know what, I think he actually deserves the Ballon d'Or.
Because I thought you said he deserves to go back to Spurs. I was like, no.
And then maybe we'll accept him back. But I feel like he doesn't get his flowers at all. I feel like he's
because you're overshadowed by Messi, Ronaldo, Mbappe.
I think he's a great striker, but he's not. He's up there with Lewandowski.
God.
Like
no
Lewandowski's an incredible striker. I think they're
and he's levels these levels above him.
Well, I mean, speaking of that, look, this World Cup, we have to at least acknowledge that the stars are putting up. The Golden Boot race is tie. Yeah.
Whoa, me too.
Well, okay, you know what I meant. But look, Messi, Mbappe, Haaland, Kane, they're shooting goals, man. They're what is it? They're all. I think 3 of them are tied, and then Kane, what is it? 7. I think for
it's 8, 7, 7, and 6.
Yeah, but everyone that's supposed to be scoring is doing it, so it's great. Which is great to see. And it's already broken records from the last World Cup. Last World Cup, no one didn't even get that many goals. I mean, maybe it's because we also have another round, the round of 32, but still. But
Ronaldo
it's going to already.
In the air.
Yeah. The Trump?
But yeah, no, this is like I said before, I think from game to game, like whistle to whistle, I think we've had a lot of fun. A lot of up surprises, a lot of crazy stories like Cabo Verde. Crazy
the one
stories.
Country that's won our hearts.
Yeah. So yeah, I've enjoyed it. But let's see who we pick up out of all these players that have showcased their talents. So
Barcola, good luck, man. His price range.
Oh yeah, his.
Should we move to the transfers? See what we got.
I just have to say it one more time. I can't believe you compared Harry Kane to Robert Lewandowski.
Yeah, come on.
Lewandowski's a good. He's a winner.
I'll say this.
The Tottenham hate right there. That's just because he played for Tottenham. That's the only reason.
I'll say this.
Kane hate.
Kane does a lot more than Lewandowski doesn't, as far as like
have you seen that
playing
man
in the midfield and the passes. Yeah, fantastic. But I feel like he just hasn't won enough. Like Lewandowski's carried teams to success. You know, he's done it at Barcelona.
He's carried teams. No, those are teams. That's not carrying a team.
He got.
How could he carry? Barcelona. I mean, yeah, maybe.
You guys hate Harry Kane.
I don't hate Harry Kane.
I love Harry Kane. That's all I'm hearing. That's all I'm hearing.
I just think if Thierry Henry never won a Ballon d'Or, what the heck's Harry Kane going to do up there?
But look at who's being nominated now. Maybe it's unfair he never won it, but if compared to the players that are being, you have Lamine Yamal second place. That's ridiculous.
And he did nothing compared to Rafinha, Mo Salah.
It's becoming a popularity trophy
contest.
At this point.
I mean, that's why Messi won. I think some of them.
Yeah, the last one he was in Miami. How did he win that?
Yeah,
there's not.
All I'm saying is, if he wins the World Cup and he's a Golden Boot, the argument is there.
Yeah, no, I agree.
No,
it can be there if he wins both of
those. The World Cup helps. The World Cup helps.
Yeah, the World Cup and Golden Boot, because you have to be like the person who brought that team there.
Yeah.
But
let's see. Anyways, transfers.
But yeah, we'll see. So you guys talked about Granit Xhaka and Chelsea.
Oh yeah, Chelsea, which is it's not on. It's off, right? It's never was.
Yeah, he rejected it. He doesn't want to go. He doesn't want to go there.
Well, no, Sunderland rejected it, and they said, "Nah, he's not for sale." Everything was agreed upon.
Really? I thought Xhaka said that he was wanting to stay at Sunderland. Maybe that's after he got rejected, so he doesn't look like an ass. So he's like, "Oh no, I never said yes."
Because I saw that because they were trying to point the finger at Fabrizio Romano, like, "Hey, you're causing drama for no reason, or you're just clickbaiting people," because he was like, he didn't want to go or he declined it. I don't know. At the end of the day, he's not going. He's staying in Sunderland, which I think is a good choice.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
You brought him to
the Prem,
European position to the. Well, no, he wasn't in the Prem. He wasn't in the championship with them, right?
No, he came from Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah,
he joined them when they were already in.
Right. So you already know the system. You know who you're playing with. You got that leadership position. Sure, if you go to Chelsea, but Chelsea just seems like it's a bucket of problems. I mean, you'll be back. You'll be reunited with Xavi Alonso, but it's like he'll be the one. That
first year is going to be difficult.
The pieces, yeah, exactly.
Yep. So another midfielder stays, and that's because Chelsea. Well, obviously with the new coach trying to recruit, but I've heard Enzo Fernandez being rumored to Arsenal. To
really?
Real Madrid.
I heard that rumor, but he wants that Real Madrid move. He wants that.
He does.
I thought Real Madrid said no, we're not doing it.
They did say no. They said,
but then again, they said the same thing with.
Well, it depends on the World Cup.
Julian
Look how well he does at the World Cup. He's probably gonna go. Look at like James Rodriguez. He had a wonderful World Cup, and then Real Madrid goes after him. But Real Madrid is always about who's hot right now, and that's who's gonna sell shirts, and that's what. If Enzo keeps performing, there you go.
Yeah, we'll see.
There's did you guys listen to the podcast I sent you guys?
What podcast?
I thought you said it was all Spurs. I'm not gonna listen to that.
No, it's football finances, right? But it uses a lot of Spurs as an example. But they go over Chelsea and how if they would have ended up in the Conference League, they would have been in big trouble, because right now with the PSR or the SCR rules, you're limited to 80. If you're in the Prem, you're limited to 85% of those revenues, right? But if you get a European position, Conference, Europa, or Champions, UEFA has different rules. So now theirs is 75% of the revenue. So they would have to sell to even be compliant to be in the conference league.
So they're smart. They missed on purpose.
And then if you win it, you only get like 22 million, which is less than what you spent to participate in it. So you financially, it could cause you to have a lot of issues. And I was like, oh.
So for them, it's champions or nothing.
Yeah. Next year, I think the finance guy was saying that they have to get at least Champions League, or else they could be in financial issues coming up because of the buying model they have, because you can no longer buy
contracts.
You can't buy your hotels. You can't sell your hotels to yourself. You can't buy your own teams to sell your teams to yourself. Like all that loopholes, those are done with.
Yeah.
So
we'll see. In the sorry, no, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like that kind of puts a little bit of a, with like their transfers that they're trying to make, it might make it difficult. So maybe that's why they wanted
OnlyFans.
Xhaka, only Chelsea fans.
And did you guys see the post that they made, basically airing everything out about Enzo Maresca? Did you guys talk about it or no?
I guess
no, we didn't
Pat didn't listen
to
last week, the couple episodes, because I could have went over that.
Did we? Oh, no, we did. Yeah, last week we did.
Good job, Pat.
How about how
we can trust
how
you?
True do you guys think this is? It sounds like it's pretty straightforward, but the fact of the matter is that they didn't give him the power that he wanted to have as a manager of the Chelsea club.
Yeah,
he has a right to have his eye open.
I think they came out with the statement first, so they have a lot of the say of what happened.
Yeah.
So they were basically saying like, well, he heard that the Man City transfer, or he could switch over to Man City, so that's why he left. But it's funny because they leave out the whole reasoning why they assigned Liam Rosier. Like they didn't talk about how bad that was. It's funny how they left that out, and they didn't talk about how they try to fix it with him, or what the issue, how any resolutions with Mascara. So they led the narrative. So when they came out with that, they were able to basically say, hey, this is the narrative, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
And Maresca's not, he didn't say anything. I feel like he would just say, leave it alone anyways.
I just think that they hired him knowing that was always going to be a possibility. You can't be that stupid.
Because that was always a rumor, right?
It was always, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
look, Maresca brought them trophies. I would be more inclined to give the coach who's got us trophies a little more power every year or something. You keep the guy who's gotten you to Champions League, who's gotten you the Club World Cup trophies. Keep that guy. Give him a reason to stay. Give him a contract. Give him what he wants. Because if not, guess what? He'll go to Man City. You gotta give him a little more options. You gotta give him a little more staying power to keep him here than just to lose him like how they did. Whatever. I mean, I think Man City still has to pay them money
for Garnacho.
Yeah, that's, and I think Man United wants to get who got him? Oh yeah, the Xabi Alonso wants to get rid of Garnacho.
I thought Liverpool was after him.
Yeah,
no, we're not that.
What
stupid.
What about Rashford now? He's officially not going back to Barcelona, so he's got to go back to Man United.
Apparently they're trying to integrate him. That's what I read, is that they're trying to integrate him back into the Man United window, or into the Man United team. Under Michael Carrick.
I could see him because they played together, and
and Ruben Emery, I don't know, that was Ruben's thing with him and Rashford. So I could see them saying, hey, you have a spot here.
Do you guys think? I mean, I know he was a Villa on loan. Do you guys think any other teams might try to grab him? I feel like if anything comes for him, Man U will take it.
I think Barcelona wants him again on another loan, though. I think that was what they were trying to negotiate him. Was like, we won't buy him this year, but we'll get him next season on the loan with the option to buy. I think they wanted 2 seasons loan, but yeah, I think I agree with that, Alan. I think they want to sell him. They want to sell. They don't want no.
Well, they just got Gordon, so I don't think he's
Barcelona. Are they broke? I don't speak broke anymore. So I don't understand. Barcelona, you need money. You
Where
need
was Alan last season?
Yeah, what
Oh,
happened?
wow, it must
What
be
happened
nice
with
to
all
see
these
that. Oh,
arguments?
wow.
Barcelona's
You're basically buying 16th place. That's not
Yeah,
fair.
there you go.
broke Salona. That's what I'm gonna call them. Broke boys. Jeez. Sorry. I only talk money. If it ain't
So,
50 mil or plus, I ain't talking about. I ain't entertaining it.
Okay. Oh, starting
Yeah.
this season. Last season was okay, right? Last season
Yeah,
you
yeah.
weren't speaking.
Well, so I think with Marcia, with Rashford, I think his wages are what's keeping a lot of teams from
yeah.
entertaining
after him.
that or initiating contact with him or his agents because I think he's on like
He's got to be one of the highest
300,
300?
400,000.
Tottenham will give him 4. He's like,
That's what I'm afraid. I'm afraid of. I was like,
I
I
want
don't want
350 minimum. They'll be like 450.
Yeah.
Here you go.
What'd you? How much you give Fernandez? Huh? There we go.
I think he's on 200.
Oh, there you go.
It's not like I said. We have a lot of players that are being underpaid, so
So you can
they're going to
afford
show up to camp on July. In July,
asking for a
they're
raise.
like, damn, why are you driving that car? How'd you get the money for that? Wait, how
The
much you
one's
get
driving
paid?
a Fiat still.
I'm sure you guys have heard. It's basically almost official. I'm sure after the World Cup is over. Trossard deal has been agreed
yeah.
with. Oh, I just saw a bug fly into your camera.
Yeah, there's a fly in here.
That was creepy. I thought I was like, ah. But yeah, Trossard to some Turkish team.
Besiktas. I
Besiktas?
can't pronounce
Yeah.
those Turkish teams when it comes to them.
Yeah, exactly.
You got me at Galatasaray, and that's it.
Yeah.
Besiktas.
There's Trapezoid. You got
Transport.
The other
Galatasaray. Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, this is one of those things where like you don't want to lose any players.
Wow, you got him on cam.
yeah. But I feel like,
but you could see, aside from Gabriel Jesus, I feel like that was kind of like written on the. It was written, you know what I mean? Like if anyone was gonna go, it's probably gonna be him because Martinelli's too young. Yeah, that he's still got.
but
you know,
selling, I think it's because I think with Tottenham too is the same issue. Is we never know when to sell to maximize that profit, right? And I think we kind of turned the tide on that when we sold Brandon Johnson in January, where it was like he might have been our leading scorer or whatnot, but at the end of the day, he just fit one system, one particular system, that got the best out of him. So when we sold him, people were complaining about that's what we had to do, we didn't fall into relegation.
Kind of funny. He went to Crystal Palace, but Glasner left. So now who's he going to be working under? So that system has changed now.
But like same thing with Charizard, I think it's a good thing that you guys are selling because, like you said, you're going to maximize the profit. I mean,
couldn't you wait a little more after the World Cup? I think you could have got another, 5 or 10 out of that. I mean, you did have a decent World Cup.
I mean, he's having a great World Cup. Yeah, I mean,
but then he could also get injured.
He could. So yeah, I'm glad that's. But yeah, I mean,
for that amount,
he could still do it. But the age is not helping him, and you know what I mean. Like I said, but probably better to sell him now while he's still doesn't seem like he's declining, but his age is up there, and we got some pretty decent money because Turkey, they got money, and
they always
they just want the players that are still good enough to play in the Prem but aren't going to. But yeah, I think it's good money too. 20 million out of like we paid 26 for him from Brighton instead of playing the 105 for Mudryk. So I think it worked in our favor there, and thanks for all the service, man. When you needed a clutch goal, he was there, and I think I'm gonna miss that. So, but I think the intention is, that we're gonna go for a big name player that, anyone who leaves, there has to be an improvement on that vacancy. So Barcola is up there, and Aaron.
So is this
everybody's Barcola's for everyone apparently.
Everyone, yeah.
And does Morgan Rogers. But we got
that's the one money. I heard consistently.
We got the money. I would rather go for Barcola because Morgan Rogers is probably going to cost the same, and I feel like I don't know something about he's a great player, but I feel like he's too much like Eza, and I feel like if we already have Eza, I don't think we need Morgan Rogers. You know what I mean? He's kind of like he can play in the midfield. He can play on the wing, but he kind of likes better. I want an out and out winger, and I think Barcola is that player. So,
but he's gonna be expensive. Everybody wants him. He's like a hot commodity because there's a lot of people going for wingers. But I see what you're saying. Because Morgan Rogers, he did play on the wing, but he kind of
yeah, kind of tucks in.
Yeah, exactly. So, and the wages are probably gonna be a lot higher.
Yeah. And he's English. You got the English tax.
Exactly. Yep.
But who knows? But this is the thing: is like I know he's gonna be expensive, but we just got to the Champions League final. We almost won it. Like, if you want to take the next step, you gotta pay next step prices. You know what I mean? Look at the prices look at the prices Tottenham playing for like mid-table. You know?
Yeah, buying players off of relegation for fucking
exactly. They're spending $100 million on a mid-table midfielder. Like, why can't we go for a Champions League winger?
Oh, okay, a bench player. No, but
he's starting for France, though. I mean, the players there.
I'm not. If you spend the money on him, I'm not
because he's fine. Okay. He's fine now because he's spending.
Yeah,
but if he wasn't spending, he'd be like,
have a problem with how much money you guys spend.
Yeah.
Spend it all.
There you go.
Oh, you want to spend 300?
The tone has changed.
Oh, you want to spend 300 million? Well, we're spending 301 million.
Like, we'll help you.
Yeah. You want to check? Want a loan? But I just think it's, like I said, I don't think it's the money's gonna have to be spent. The market is so inflated at this point. The market is just ridiculous. So
thanks, City and Tottenham.
Thanks, City's the one that started it with 116 million.
You guys aren't even negotiating it. If there's no negotiation, you guys overpaid.
We're
yes or no, Randy?
We overpaid. Yeah. I can tell you that.
You overpaid for someone who's been relegated twice.
We have to.
Why you have to? Because you didn't want him to go to Manchester United? That was it?
That's who we're competing with. We're competing with the teams who have European football. We're competing with those teams. Yeah, we finished 17th.
Yeah. You have to. You've been robbed of targets so many times. I don't think you can afford.
We would go cheap with Daniel Levy. We would go cheap, right? And we will miss out on targets. We'll get laughed at. You know, we put ourselves in this position where, you know, we sold Gareth Bale for 98 million. I think that was like a record at the time. And what do? We turn around, and instead of putting it on one player, we spend it on 5. So that 100 million, we spread it out across 5 players to try to maximize our value. And I think so. He was part of that, and I think Dos Santos might have been part of that.
Lamela, whatever.
Lamela, I think he might know. Yeah. It just no, it wasn't. Dos Santos was not there. But anyway,
but you try to get the most out of it. Instead of getting 2, let's get 5. Let's
trying to go cheap, and now we're paying for it, and now it's costing us. Now we have to overpay just to convince someone to, you know, to outbid other players. You know, we got into bidding wars, and
that's the thing. Is well, I was gonna say I don't. That's the thing. City really did ruin the market because they're like, if a player's worth 80, they're like, oh, let's just pay 100 and just call it a day. You know, no good.
We're not getting to.
But that's the thing. Is like, before it was like a player's worth 50, and someone will come in, will give you 45, and then be like, no, it has to be 50. Like, all right, we'll give you 45 with add-ons. And there was a negotiation involved. Well, now you come to like a team like Nottingham Forest or Villa or something like that, you're like, a player is worth 40, and then the club values them at 60. You come in and be like, all right, we'll give you 58. They're like, nah, 80. You're like, what?
And,
like, no.
And then they insert some crazy amount release clause. It's gotta be
all these players.
Mil.
I mean, and you come in for a player, and then all of a sudden the price jumps just because now you're interested. It's like, well, what? You know what I mean? Like this.
And then you have the whole, like, with the whole Sandro Tonali, where it was like, oh, you know, where people think, I don't know if it's true or not, but they'll be like, hey, Fabrizio, by the way, Arsenal's interested in Sandro. Oh, by the way, City's interested in Tonali. So then at that point, it's being like rumored that all these teams are after one player.
Yeah.
and it might you might not even be in a bidding war. You might just think you're in a bidding war, and then you're like, okay, well, hey, instead of that 70, we'll give you 75.
Sometimes it's the agents themselves because they want to get they want to get
higher
their slice
cut.
of the cake,
They want to
piece
get
of the
Exactly,
pie.
yeah.
agent fees.
Their percentage, yep.
Exactly. So they get more money out of it. They're like, oh, well. And it's not that other teams aren't interested, it's just that the agents go and they're like, hey, this is, I got this player here. Well, what do you think? And then they discuss it, and all of a sudden, oh, Arsenal are in talks. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And the reality is just being offered because,
Yeah.
So it's a money game. And you know what? No one knows more about money than,
For now.
We just had back-to-back sold out, concert by BTS. We had Bad Bunny a few weeks ago, 2 sold out concerts. We got Jay-Z coming in.
More
Hey.
So
injuries
you're gonna
coming,
buy?
Randy.
Who are you gonna buy now? Who are you gonna buy?
Listen.
More injuries on the field, Randy.
Yeah.
All I heard was Krupi.
Man.
Tonali out 3 months, broken leg.
That's okay because Krupi's coming in, Savinho's coming in. I think Rafael Leao is coming in.
Why? Because he followed, or was it Savinho followed Leao, and I think because Leao's supposedly rumored
That's
to
'cause
go
we
to
had Bad-
Tottenham.
That's because we had Bad Bunny come in.
Bad Bunny.
Sold out
Bad Bunny
twice.
get injured getting off the pitch.
We got the money.
What's it feel like that the main attraction of the Tottenham Stadium is not the soccer team?
It's Bad Bunny.
It's because it's a football club. That's what we're getting back at. And the Lewis family had put out a statement, back in May after the league. And they're like, we're going to do what it takes to show you that we're ambitious. And everyone's like, yeah, right, whatever. We're not
Dare
here.
to Dream?
Until we see it. Dare to Do. It's like, until we see it, we're not going to believe it. And now we're seeing the checks being written, and we're like, okay. But I'm excited. Mateus Fernandez, I think there's a reason why a lot of teams wanted him. Real Madrid, PSG, Arsenal.
He's not playing he didn't play for Mexico. I'm surprised.
Because he's Portuguese.
He's not Mexican.
Oh, I thought he was Mexican for some reason.
Oh my god. No.
God.
Right, because Fernandez, you think everyone's
okay,
sure.
Mateus Fernandes.
Oh my god.
And apparently
Portuguese.
Portuguese. And apparently his idol is Bruno Fernandes. And apparently Bruno Fernandes called him to like join Man United, and we were like, join the money, and he said, never mind. Sorry, Bruno.
Wow.
We don't talk.
I don't even
Bruno.
get to talk about Portugal. I'm happy they're out. That's
Wow.
I think we restructured our midfield, and I'm excited. I just hope that we didn't overspend and we still have something for our wingers, because I think that's where we're having issues right now.
But you got Bad Bunny money coming in, Jay-Z, BTS.
I know, but Levy made me cheap. I started having buyer's remorse
Now
at
you're
one point.
spoiled.
I was like, oh man, did we spend too much? Oh, we could have gotten 4 players for what we got for Fernandez. Oh no, like all that
So used
old
to it.
school habits came back. Yeah, and I was like, no, we have the money. Like, we don't spend crazy. I think we went like 2 transfer windows without buying anyone. So,
And you still have more money in the bank. You still can afford to spend another 300?
yeah,
Supposedly.
I think we were able to spend another 2 something. We sold Vuskovic, which that hurt. He's a 19-year-old center back. He lit up the Bundesliga over there with Hamburg. But he wanted to play
even, right? Basically almost the same, a little less than Van Heckel, but
yeah,
almost,
if we and plus a 20% buy on or sell on clause. So if they do sell him, I think we actually end up making a profit. But
so you might end up even though. So that's good. But it just sucks that I know that was what you're talking about. You didn't want to sell him. You wanted him to keep him on another loan to be for the future. But like you said, eventually he got what he wanted.
The good thing is we have buyer's right, so we can match anybody's offer, and then we have that 20% sell on clause. So we'll see. I mean, he's never played in the game in the Premier League, so who knows what he can be, and if he really is the talent that we think he can be, we have an opportunity to get him back. But I think we bought him for just a few million. So by now having him over I think we got him when he was sounds weird, but we bought him when he was 16. Um,
Like all
but I
the other
think by
players.
now we paid off his fees. So whatever we sold him for, that's completely all profit. Same thing if we end up selling Lucas Bergval, a lot of his um transfer fees will be all profit,
I'm
and that
surprised you guys
generates
are letting him go. I mean, I know he wants to go, but
Lucas Bergval.
yeah.
So there's talks, and then it's like I said, it's hard to say what rumors are true or not. But apparently, Roberto Zerbi, apparently, he said he's not for sale. So it sounds like he wants to go, but he's not for sale. They talked to him, told him his roles, and now he's okay with staying. But you never know. That midfield is kind of stacked right now.
Yep.
With no
Are you
European
not going to
football, it's a
play
little difficult.
Fernandez? With the money you
Exactly,
spent on
or
him.
Tonali with all that money,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe a loan. I wouldn't mind a loan for him, because he does need game time. You get better to have actual game speed,
Yeah.
game time. It's kind of like what we were talking about during the season with Pat mentioned with Max Delman. Like, where do you fit these kids in? Their talents, they're talented. You know that they're going to be somebody, but
you need to win now.
the right
and you gotta
now
buy
is a lot
players.
different. Yeah, like the right now is like you look at Lukas Vuskovic, he could be a great generational talent, but right now Van Heckel is better. Right
Yeah.
now he's gonna help us win, and it's like fuck. Excuse my language, but it's like where do you fit these kids? How do you create a plan for them, a developmental plan in the actual pro league, not the under 20s, under 21s, whatever it may be. Like, how do you do it now? And it's so hard.
It is, and
Struggles.
we might be losing Waneri for that same reason. He's ready. He says he's ready and he wants to start. He didn't do too bad over in France, but
Marseille?
It's a different
Yeah.
league. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's hard for one to convince them and to actually be able to get it done when you start chasing for a title or when you're fighting for relegation. Like we both were in those ends. Like sometimes you can't risk it. You know what I mean? You
Exactly.
need the experience. You need the finished product out there.
Yeah.
And but yeah,
It's tough.
yeah. How about for Liverpool? Any other?
I mean, the usual Barcola. And then I think
No,
we just recently signed this 16-year-old from Celtic, Dara Jakemi. I mean, but then again, that's just a prospect for later. But I mean, nothing yet. I think we're just waiting. We're still looking for what we're gonna do with Curtis Jones, Wataruendu, Chiesa, Gapo. We'll see. But I mean, so far we just did 2 signings. And then I don't want to get too much into rumors, but Diamande, he chose PSG over Liverpool, so we stopped with that. And like I said, which is why we're switching to Barcola and then looking at other prospects. But I think once the World Cup's done, we'll probably have more transfer movement. I think like all clubs will, but for now it's just waiting.
Still need that center back.
We need a center back, a winger.
I saw Van Dijk was rumored to
what?
He was
AC?
rumored to a club.
Or Galatasaray?
Was it AC Milan? It was someone.
I think it was AC Milan. I think Zlatan. If Zlatan says it, it must be true. He said he wanted to go after Virgil.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we'll see. I think it would be right to, let him run out the contract and then he can decide where he wants to go as a free agent. I think, that's what we tend to do with
what luxury.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
But we'll see. But then again, I don't think it would be wise to sell him because we got no center backs.
How come? Oh, we're such a good selling team. Look how much we sell. And every player, just run out your contract. Go for free.
If you're club legends,
how is it that you can spend 200 plus million in the transfer window?
Money.
Oh, we're such a good selling team.
Yeah.
And then you go, run out your contract for free. And I was like, man, that's how many players is that already? Kanate, Trent Arnold.
And they re-signed Salah for all that money just to have the stinker of a season.
Yeah.
And now he's gonna walk with his pockets full.
Hey, before you know it, watch out. This financial stuff is no joke.
Oh, speaking of, That's another one. I think we're in for Leeds goalkeeper, and we're gonna probably
Oh,
get him
because
for
he's a free
free.
agent. Yeah.
Yeah, his
Oh,
contract's
So
nice.
what's
about to
gonna
run
happen with
out.
Kepa now?
He wants
Kepa's gone.
first. He wants first keeper. You know, he got his medal.
I can
You're
see a swap.
welcome. Thank you, and you're welcome. And yeah, I could. I'd do that. He honestly didn't play as much as I thought he would, and um, you know, like I said, he got his medal. So regardless of how much he played, like you know,
Yeah.
he got
Yeah.
something out of it. But yeah, I think it's a good pickup. He's decent keeper for a backup, and he's not going to play that much. I mean, and for free, can't beat it.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
he's Premier League
Yeah.
proven as well, so
Yeah.
it hits all the boxes.
We got a lot of freezes on this window too.
How about Basuma?
Senesi. He could go for Liverpool. I think Liverpool's kind of his
No, we don't
level.
want
Yeah.
that level.
There's another PSG kid that's been rumored with a lot of clubs. Ibrahim, maybe
Oh yeah,
from Senegal.
yeah.
I think if PSG have all these wingers just sitting there,
I know,
and
and
then
yet they want to
they all
add
want game
more.
time.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. That's what I'm saying.
the guy from Monaco. We were linked with him in January. Malik Ali Kilm. I can't remember his name. I don't want to butcher his name, but
What about
he plays
they
for
got
Monaco.
Roma? He's always mentioned. I saw him in the World Cup game. I'm like, oh, so that's the guy Alan's always talking about.
Kone?
Manu, yeah, Kone.
Yeah, Manu Kone. Yeah, he's good too. I think he was linked with Arsenal.
Yeah. How about this kid that scored that banger on Argentina's head from Cabo Verde, Simbi? I think he was over in Portugal, right? He plays. Simbi
so.
Cabral, I think was his name. I think so. He's a right back, and he was playing as a left back, and he ended up somewhere up in left wing essentially, and scored those. And he did it twice because one of them, like the goalkeeper caught it. But man, that's a player to watch out too if you need a left back.
I know Newcastle just sold. They're selling all the talent, but they're actually signing some good players too. Though they signed the Ajax kid, that's 20-year-old. I think he's really good.
Yes,
the guy from Hoffenheim. I don't know anything about him, but apparently he's good. And then they're in talks with the guy who plays in Switzerland. Man something. Mehami.
They're just hoping
young
no
kid.
one
I think he's 20,
Liverpool
but
don't
he was
hijack them again.
Yeah, right. But he played for Freiburg. He was there in the Europa League. He was tearing up the Europa League, and he had a really good game against Aston Villa. They kept talking about him, and now he had a good showing in the World Cup. So I think Newcastle's after him. So they're kind of rebuilding their midfield too with all these young kids.
Yeah.
And I heard Voltamato once out.
And Wisa as well, I believe. Yeah, Wisa. They're trying to get rid of Wisa.
That's crazy that he already wants out.
Yeah.
I can see Wisa staying. Then you got Ilanga, but with Voldemort, he wants to leave. That's crazy.
And what about Gumaraj? Supposedly
Bruno, Arsenal.
Yeah, I heard we were in for both Tonali and Gumaraj. This has been 2 seasons.
So you want
now.
the guy who's a excellent penalty kicker? So that's why you're going after him.
I mean, I hope they took a couple million off for that. So, but for the Brazil, I don't know why Vinny didn't take that penalty. He took it away from him.
But Ancelotti said why. Statistically, he said statistically, yeah, they went through. They did everything through statistics.
Oh yeah, I heard.
Bruno was like the third best kicker. The other one was on the bench, and yeah, that's why Vinny wasn't even mentioned because his percentage was that low. So that's why they went with Bruno.
Should have been Vinny, but yeah, Guimaraes. I mean, I would take him. Like I said before, even with Tonali, like I don't know where they would put him, but we do need a backup for Rice.
He doesn't want to be a backup.
He does not. But maybe the money. Maybe the money. Oh, listen, you can be a starter if you can fight your way to it. Bench Rice.
Someone's gonna
try.
These players don't want to do that anymore. No. These players don't want to sit the bench.
They don't want to prove them.
International football is too big for them. They don't want to lose it, and that's.
I also think I like where Tets has been doing. Where like almost no player has a starting spot. Even like Saliba and Gabriel, they kind of do have their own starting spot. But man, Mosquera and Hincapié were filling these spots pretty well. You know what I mean? But I like the idea of having really good players, and they got to fight for the spot, and then you can it makes rotation a lot easier. But yeah, it's not easy because you got to convince them to come.
You ever play FIFA Manager? These players, they start emailing you very angry messages.
Yeah,
like, hey,
I'm not happy about the weather.
I'm not happy.
Yeah, exactly.
For hey boss, you dropped him for one game, bro. I dropped you for the FA Cup round.
I should have
4.
started.
Relax.
I didn't like that I was on the bench.
I need to think about my future. Okay, dude.
Against Kettletown.
Yeah, for Grimsby. Okay, sorry you didn't play against Grimsby. Sheesh. I have I actually signed Tenali and Sybil Sly. This was before we signed any of them. So hey,
must be nice to have money. There you go. I'll get you a shirt.
I do want to know, and it's not for you guys, but for any Man United fan out there.
Okay,
how does it feel?
Spurs
to have Champions League football and you still can't attract the talent, and you still get beat. You talk about, we're going to sign Tonali. Psych, we got him. Well, it's okay because we wanted Mateus Fernandes. Psych, we got him. And now they're like, who do we go for? And they're like, let's go for Tumechi. What is his name?
Tchouaméni?
I practice Tchouaméni.
Yeah, from Real Madrid.
Tchouaméni. Yeah. Tchouaméni.
But they want 100 mil for
Real
him.
Madrid's like, no, we're going to give him a contract extension. So now they're like, well, who do we go for? And now they're talking about Santos from Chelsea, Edison from Atalanta. These names that you're kind of just going lower and lower in your list.
But Manchester
Carlos
United
Valiva,
don't want to overpay anymore, which is why they're losing these bidding wars, because they've dealt with that before with Højlund and all these other players, and they're like, we want to learn from our mistakes. We're not going to overpay.
The mistakes isn't the spending; it's the recruiting.
Yeah, also, and maybe the coaching as well.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
At this point, you're in Champions League. You've got to spend, or else you're not going to be in Champions League next season again. Because everyone else is improving.
Carrick did a fantastic job, but is that a convincing enough coach to get somebody? Like, that's, you know what I mean?
As a project, as a project not there.
He only had 40 games to play. He didn't have to do cup games, Champions League, none of those stuff. So there's not a lot to see. It's not very enticing. It's not a big draw. Yes, Manchester United is the draw, but do you want to play under Michael Carrick? Not really sure.
Another name that I heard Man United, but it's also with Arsenal and possibly Liverpool, is Alex Scott from Bournemouth.
Yeah.
But I think Bournemouth have put out statements saying that Alex Scott is not for sale, that Junior Krupi is not for sale.
Yeah, money talks.
But then money talks, But
then again, they have a great recruitment system. Look at what they did last season with their back line completely demolished, and they'll find a way with that money that people are going to spend. Yeah. Oh, he's another one that's been looked at to be rumored to be out too.
I heard he was not for sale either because he got 10 goals in 10 games, something like that. Yeah. It's ridiculous. They signed him in January, and he made the Premier League look like it was like he's been playing this league for his whole life.
We'll
be in the semifinals. Yeah, we'll be in the semifinals. We're quarterfinals now. We'll be in the semifinals, and then we'll be leading up until the final. And then we have preseason, which I'm super excited for.
Nice.
I want to see if I can go to one of those games. I think there's against Wrexham. I think it's close by. I don't know, but
I'm surprised. Yeah, I heard that. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, they're playing in the U.S. Their preseason, Liverpool.
I might catch Sunderland Leeds. I think they're playing at Red Bull Arena, so I'll see what that's like.
Oh, that's your other club? Your other club?
Yeah.
Nah, I think last year I saw Aston Villa and Newcastle, I think, at Red Bull Arena, which was pretty good.
Oh, nice.
And then 1-1 both goals in the last 10 minutes. But we'll see. I'm excited for preseason too. And we'll see where we end up. We're going to have to do some rating our transfer windows.
And the kids.
And the kids, yeah. All right, and that is an episode. Thank you so much for joining us on another episode of Rivals on the Pitch podcast. Don't forget to hit that like button on Instagram, TikTok, and you can listen to all our episodes on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcast. Also, don't forget to share us with your friends. Let us know who you want to see arrive at your club. Let us know if our rumors are real, not real. Is Tottenham overpaying? Is Arsenal not moving fast enough? Is Liverpool sleeping on some players? What's going on? Let us know.
Liverpool is just waiting on Newcastle to do the recruitment for them.
Yeah.
There you go. But yeah, and thanks again. And I hope you're enjoying the World Cup. And let us know who you think the final winner is. All right. I'm Pat.
I'm Randy.
And I'm Alan.
Welcome back, Pat.
Thank you.
Come on, you Spurs. Spend the money, spend the money, spend the money. Go.
Make it rain.